and welcome to the Savvy Gadgetz channel with me, Ian, otherwise known as Ven, and Project Zomboid. Now, released this week was build 41.66, and here is the change list. Now, most of this is to do with multiplayer and other bits and pieces, but one of the interesting things that I noticed was this. It's the Foraging and Search system, and the changes are extensive and the fixes are extensive as well. I mean, it goes on for quite a bit, so that they are working really hard on the foraging system to get that working as they want it. Now, I've also been looking at some of the YouTube videos to do with what's coming, including, you know, animals and different professions, and the fact that you can start a game several years after the apocalyptic event, which brings all of these new skills into play, and the old ones not so useful anymore. So you'll have things like tanners and butchers and I guess fletchers maybe, you never know. So it's going to turn it into a medieval MMO. Anyway, so extensive patch notes, new version. So before we continue, don't forget, like, subscribe, share the love of Savvy Gadgetz, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And if you're looking at YouTube, we also go on Twitch as well. We stream out to both YouTube and Twitch, and you can donate at Patreon. So let's take a look at the map. We started off in West Point, which is this area of the map just here. Again, all the links to this in the description below. So if you're looking for a good place to set up a base and you want to get there, then look no further than the end of the bridge. Take a sledgehammer, knock your way through here. Now, if you check out my previous live stream on checking out Louisville, building a base here is fantastic. You just knock your way through one of these bits with a sledgehammer, and you can build your base here. You can fish off the end of the bridge, and nothing comes your way. But you will need to take some bits and pieces with you, you know, planks, nails, that kind of thing. But then you've got all of Louisville to plunder, but it's full of zombies, so don't forget that. But here we are, we're back at West Point. So we started in West Point, and up here is the lake where I'm centered around. Last week we found a load of plunder in this shed by the lake. Some books, lots of fishing gear, and this is the house where I'm setting myself up in as like a base, because it's got this nice fence around it, and I just need to block off this front bit here. But the question is this is a new character. So far the foraging's going alright, and he's 3 or more months in. Now, if you've been watching my previous live streams, my other characters that are also in this game are over here, and they are about this lake near Rosewood, and this is the base that they've got. So I've got 3 characters here. Those aren't there, though, unless they've added them, which is where my staircase was. I've got a load of cars there and just about everything I needed, and the reason for doing a new character in a playthrough that's 3 months on is to make life hard for myself, and just to make things more interesting, basically, because my character here was just surviving with ease. Now, we then have the problem here of that this character can't cook anything, and so I was having a look around for lighters and matches and that kind of thing, and at the very end of the playthrough, I can't remember where I am around here. I might be here, or I might be up here. Actually, I was up here, wasn't I? And I actually found something. I actually found a lighter. So I can head back with all my ill-gotten gains, because there was lots of food, lots of that, but now I have the ability to create fire. So that's where we are, I believe. So let's get in the game. Same one. So obviously I took a backup copy of it, as you do, because IW Bums stands for I will back up my saves. Right, so goodies today. I'm actually drinking Apple Tango. There we go, Apple Tango. You know when you've been tangled. And I've got some of my favourites. I've got some salt and vinegar twists. These ones are from Asda, and they've got a nice cut through them. Look, they still smell alright. So obviously, something's not quite right there. That was like someone's put a knife through it, and it wasn't me. Alright. Oh, hello. I think I know how to control myself. Oh my, is it putting me through a tutorial? Oh. Don't run, combat, yeah, okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so start up. Right, fine. So that was interesting. That was almost scary. It was like, it's ruined my save and it's going to put me back through the tutorial. Okay, so where the deuce are we? We were over here. I know we were. Ah, I bet we're here. That's where we are. Right, we're here. So I need to come out of here and then follow the road around. Right, okay, great. Okay, jolly fantastic. Now this car has seen better days. That has to be said. And we've got some petrol. So I remember there being some vehicles that we could check out. On the way. Zoom out. Learn to steer. Almost lost it. It's always a case of going the wrong way. Because I'm going down the stream. Don't want to go too fast. It's getting late in the day, which is fine. I'm getting hungry and tired. I've got plenty to eat in the car, as I said. Don't want to suddenly come careening around a corner and find myself stacking into a pile of Zeds or some other car. The map window is now officially in the way. That's really infuriating. Zed. Oh, Hazel Zed. Ooh. Alright, there's the bodies that I previously left. That's good. Construction workers. Lots of 5-vis gear. There's a fire pit in somebody's garden. Overhead? Are they overhead cables? Look like overhead cables. Yeah, they are. I've never noticed those before. Now, I get the feeling I should have turned off at some point. So we came out there, around there, we're going down here. Alright, okay, so we can actually get there and go up, so we can actually go round. So I do get easily lost in this game. It's massive when you're having to drive around it. I'm not entirely sure of petrol. That's probably why I've never noticed those cables before, because I've never been down here. I suppose one way to check is to actually check the map. Alright, that's not a fire truck, honest gov. We're over here. There we go. Right, so I need to go up. Take the next, not the next right, but the right after that. Okay, cool. So not the next right. That one, because that's that house with the fire pit. Is it that one? Yeah, it's that one. Easily missed. Right, so I'm grossly overloaded. Very tired, very hungry. Ah, yeah, there's the ambulance. And the... Oh, whoops, that was bad. No, that's not too bad. I really need to check out the quality of this car. See if I can find a better one. Now, I know where there is one. Whether it's any better or not is debatable, let's face it. As it always is. Alright, this one maybe? No, next one. Ah, yeah, there's the other car that I found. There are actually a couple of cars that I have to sort of like dodge. Up here? There they are. Ah, actually, I know what I need to do. Just to make life easy for myself a bit. If I now back up to that... yes, I just saw the zombie. With my trusty crowbar. Press V, I can add that. No towing rope required. And I can just move him out of the way. And do that with both of them, so I can just get things moving. So he just follows it. Slowly, slowly. Right, now I can unhitch it. Do the same with that one and just take it a little bit further up and just get it out of my way, and then I can just drive up and down here at my leisure. So I might just take it all the way up. Try and avoid trees. That's not that key, it's that key. Get out the car. V minus V brings up the vehicle key. That wheel that you saw. There we go, that's better. Right, and here's our home away from home. Right, so I do have a lot of stuff. Hopefully most of this I can offload, because it's food, 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 food. Marmalade is food. Butter is food. Sugar is definitely food. And we might be able to put all of those in there. Right, so there's loads of space. I've got tons of this in the car. Managed to pilfer it from last week. So this week I've got my already opened salt and vinegar twists from Asda. And a can of apple tango. Oh, I forgot to mention, I actually took delivery of a new laptop this week, for which there's going to be an unboxing. So look, keep your eyes open for that. It's a really nice knobby new laptop with an NVIDIA 360 in it, 3060 even. Right, I'll try and keep my books separate as well. I like to try and keep all of my foraging, sort of trapping and fishing and all that sort of thing in one, so the carpentry can come out. And all of the other sort of like the non-feeding survival trades in another. Right, so do I have anything in here that I need to get rid of? Well, I've got my lighter as that. Let's put the juice box over. I could probably eat the pickles. do some... oh, we've got 2 boxes of matches. That's alright. That can go over here. That's the medical cabinet. Matches. I will keep the lighter about my person. See if I can create some from random fruits. Make sure I haven't got any poisonous fruits. No, that looks good. Right, so we also picked up a pipe wrench. That's going to be useful in the not too distant future. Juice box over here with food, drink kind of thing. 3 water bottles. Don't necessarily need 3 water bottles, so 1 can go in there. Pipe wrench. Garbage bags, metal bar, headphones, the sewing kit, the value tape porter disc, that can all go in there. Now, usually Super Tone Man pops his head in to say hi. I'm not expecting him this week because I highly suspect he's playing it himself. And there, bottle of disinfectant. But if you are watching, don't forget, get in the chat, say hi. If you have any questions or have any anything you want to actually ask, please do. Okay, this is where I'm keeping all my hardware and my cockroaches. So cockroaches, they're used for fishing, very good for fishing, along with worms and grasshoppers and crickets and things like that you'll find when foraging. Let's see, I am hungry and very tired, so we need to eat something. So we've still got some berries left. Cries of the damned. So very appropriate. Let's eat the fruit salad. So yeah, if you're interested in the laptop that I brought, I will be posting an unboxing video and some performance profiles of it. I have been playing Warzone on it, and it's been handling that really well. The one thing I would say is the fan is quite noisy when it actually gets going. But it's a 3XS Vengeance 3060, sorry, GL 3060 from Scan, and it's good. It's good. It's like I say, it's got a NVIDIA RTX 3060 in it with 6 GB of RAM, and it handles Warzone. You know, that's not shabby. Let's put it that way. So fruit salad from, well, I might as well just go with that. At least we're not going to go to bed and die of starvation. Right, it's getting late, so one of my next priorities, I've got a saw. I don't have the ability to cut down things yet. I need stones and that. I need to go foraging. I haven't come across an axe, or at least not with this character. And we're going to go to sleep. Yes, now I have wakeful on this character, so they're probably going to sleep for very long. Now thirsty. Now I can actually drink out of the lake that's near me, but that's 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, I need to start boarding up the windows now. The other thing I need to do is, where's the kitchen? Kitchen's over here. So, right, okay, so above this window, I need to create a gantry. Okay, so the reason for that is so I can get water into the or flowing water. Now this may have been fixed. Hey Joe, good morning. How are you? Have you had a good week? As I said, I'm not expecting to see Super Tone Man. I'm expecting him to actually be playing this himself. Yeah. So the point is on because the pipe wrench, you need the pipe wrench, and you need to be able to build a water barrel. So this is one of the carpentry skills, and it's one of the rain collector barrels. It's the square one, but you need a decent carpentry for that, which I don't have currently. So I'm going to have to go and look for books. I know where there are some. It's just getting there. My week was interesting, if somewhat disappointing. And it had its highs and its lows. I took delivery of a new laptop, a really nice laptop, and that's doing really well. Unboxing video to come. However, one of my cars went in for its MOT, and the garage phoned back and says it failed its MOT. It's going to cost £800 to get it back on the road. That was something of a surprise, but my wife needs a car, so I've got to pay it. So yeah, that was the downside. And yesterday morning we woke up and didn't have any running hot water, so I wasn't able to do too much yesterday. Yeah, but I've managed to fix it. I've managed to work out what the problem is, and a replacement part will be with me at some point this week. It's the timer on the wall that controls the elements and the thermostats and that. And both of the thermostats and elements are working fine on the tank. It's the controller wasn't doing anything. It was really annoying. So I've got a replacement timer coming, and I can fit that myself, and all will be well. Yeah, so yeah, it's all fixed. I managed to get it sorted out, and I was able to prove that both elements were working fine. So it's a bit early. Let's see what we've got here. We've got a magazine but no gun. Got lots of food, which is always good. So let's beer. Lots of beer. Let's just go loot all, and then we can sort it out when we get inside. Coffee mugs. That's what you need. Canned tuna. So I do actually have... Oh, I didn't get a welding mask. I got a propane torch, but not a welding mask. Okay, maybe I've got a welding mask. Oh, yes, and the many pots of water. Yeah, that was another interesting thing. It was like lots of water lying around. Right, let's go and dive in here. Right, so what we got that needs to go in here? I might actually put the gun stuff somewhere separately. Cigarettes can go in here. All 2 of them. The hand torch, the propane torch, the scrap metal, the trowel. Interesting. Yeah, I'll put the trowel in there for the minute. Kitchen knife can go in the kitchen. Funny enough, that's where it belongs. Yeah, let's transfer those over. I do actually have lots of cigarettes. Now, you might wonder why I'm collecting cigarettes and I don't actually have the smoker's tray. Well, the reason for that is because cigarettes make the pesticide when you start farming. It was as much a surprise to me as it was to just about everyone else, because I was looking for a load of other stuff, but all the same, it's what you need. It is the way forward. So the beer, the carrots, blah 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 blah, all of this. I am well stocked for food, it has to be said, which is good. And apparently I'm going to eat the tortilla chips. And I'm going to put a couple of bottles in there as well. Right, okay. I do have a can opener to hand. I have a lighter. I have a lighter. I actually have a lighter. I thought I had 2 crowbars. Did I stash one in the cupboard? Right, so getting desperate for food and drink. And it's getting daylight. 6 o'clock in the morning. Should be getting daylight by now. Going to put the orange soda in there. Don't need all of that. Going to keep it, like I say, going to keep a couple of bottles of water handy. Even though one of them's bourbon bottles. Actually put that one in there as well. Stuff the tortilla chips. They're not going to help my hunger very much, but they will help to a degree. And really? Okay, so there is enough water to drink still. Need to work on my Yes, yeah, I got my lighter and some matches. Um, Let me show you the map where I actually found them. So this is me over here, and I actually found them in these houses here. So this is where I finished up. So it would either been this house or that house. I didn't manage to get into that shed. So I may go back and attack that shed at some point. But yeah, lighter and matches. So I can now create fire. Which I think is a massive oversight in the game, because if you've got 2 branches and some twigs, you should be able to do something to create fire the really old-fashioned way by rubbing them together. Or maybe you need a stick and a couple of stones or something, just to get it going. Right. Right, we're doing alright. So, we know for a fact that the sink is behind here. There it is, look. Fantastic. So, under normal circumstances, but I think they fixed this because I wasn't able to do it on one of my other, my easy playthrough, the one where everything's so easy it's unreal. I usually use that for demonstration purposes on stuff. I used it for my foraging video, for instance. What you used to be able to do is, if you wanted to get water into your property, you needed to open a window on the 2nd floor and then build a platform. Yeah. Exactly, Joe. That's exactly what the problem is. But what you used to be able to do is open a window and then build a platform on the outside of that window, and then you could step out onto it and then make other platforms that went across the top of the window or area where your sink was, and then you could basically just put a water barrel on that gantry and then downstairs with the pipe wrench plumb in the water, and you would have running water from the rain catcher barrel to the sink, and it would be clean water. Ta-da. But like I say, I think they fixed that. So that's kind of something that I'm actually going to try do today. Oh, there's my other crowbar. Leave it in the back of the car. But we will take the shovel, the red wine, the dog food, and the 2 pots of water. There we go. And then we'll put everything back in, and then we're all sorted. We can go foraging. Don't forget to check out those patch notes. They are extensive, and the foraging system changes and fixes and bits and bobs are just unreal. Okay, so I've got this nasty habit of closing doors behind me, which is actually probably a good thing in this game. Okay, so in here, not the garbage bags. Put the digital watch in, and the 2 shovels. They're going to be far too useful. So all my tools are going in here, really. Now, the digital watches are useful because when you dismantle them, you take them off of the dead zombies. When you dismantle them, they give you electronics, but you need a screwdriver for that. Dog food, we'll put the cups. Have I got the garbage bags in here, or are they in the one? Yeah, I might put those in the other one. I'm going to put the water. Oh dear, I didn't mean to do that. Put the water in here, dog food, the red wine, and the baking pan. Actually, no, the baking pan can go in the oven. Then, like I say, I'm going to put the... Alright, so I've got my medication there. I really need to do something about that rotten salmon. The amount of times I've nearly picked it up and eaten it. Right, so that's where that's going. Lots of rubbish in there. I'll actually put the magazine, the box of rounds in there as well for the time being. And in the oven, hopefully we can put the crafting pots. Oh, I've got the red wine as well. That needs to go in there. So, yeah, I'm surprised that's not a thing in this game. Maybe with the new stuff that's coming. Oh, it doesn't fit in there. Oh, right, okay. Fine. It's absolutely fine and dandy. I can go there. If we've got a cupboard absolutely stocked full of food, that's a good thing. No, quite pleased about that. That's not everything though, out the back of the car. We've got a few bits. Right, so let's turn on foraging, because foraging. Okay, so foraging's changed from build 40 to 41. In that previously you used to be able to right click an area of ground and it would give you the option to forage, and those were mostly in rural areas. You can now do foraging in urban areas, and you will find different types of things. So you enable this window basically, and it gives you an idea. Oh, this is updated, and it gives you an idea of what you're going to find. Now, if this map or this investigate area has like question marks in it, you're not going to find anything, and you're wasting your time. But what happens when you press forage or enable search mode? And you can press the end key on your computer. It actually sort of like brings down like this, so everything's gone a bit fuzzy, apart from the circle immediately around you. Now, foraging is affected by a few things. It's affected by your moods. It's affected by the weather. It's affected by daylight. So depending on what those conditions, and obviously it depends on your skill level as well. It depends on what you're going to get. So let's see. These tips unlock as you level up. Click the icon or the question icon to show these tips at any time. Foraging skills. Some items are harder to identify. Your foraging skill level affects what you can find, so keep leveling. Ah, hello HR. Welcome to the Savvy Gadgetz channel. If you've got any questions, don't forget to ask. Chipstones often found in cracks and potholes on roads. Firewood can be gathered in the forest. Stones are more commonly found on roads. Find items, search areas regularly. Travelling while searching will reveal more items. Avoid walking in circles. These top tips unlock as you level up. Click the blah 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 blah. But what does that do? Ah, right. Oh, so here we go. Vision effectiveness. Weather effect. See, this is all new. Weather effect minus 2.8%. Because it's cold, I guess. Bonus radius plus 0.9. So it's lower. Weather effect minus 23%. Blah blah blah. Plus animals. It's changing slowly. See, this is new to this window. This is fantastic. This information. Trash 10%, packaged food 10%, junk 10%, wild plants 10%, medicinal plants 10%, mushrooms 5, berries 5, animals 5, and what was that one? Darkness and radius. Right, okay. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's new. That's information that we've not had before. So those two little icons are good. It's bad that the weather's going to affect it though. So as you walk around, things change. So it's now changed. You can see the picture's changed. It's now changed from road to urban area as you move about. And then what you find here is different. So it says stones are abundant and other bits are common. Animals, firewood are rare and food is extremely rare. Whereas you go here, it says other food, animals are common. Stones are rare, firewood is rare. But we'll now move off of the paving and onto something a bit more foresty, a bit more rural. And the icon will change, the location will change eventually. It still thinks I'm in an urban area. All of a sudden it will just go swap to a forest. Oh, it's gone to the question mark, so I'm not going to find anything there. It's interesting that that urban area is spread out quite so much. So we'll just try and find somewhere more foresty. Right, okay, so we are now in deep forest. And it's already found something. It's got like the question mark above my head. And here, firewood is common, food is common, animals are common, medicinal plants are rare, stones are rare, and other extremely rare. So what have we found? We've found some twigs. We don't need twigs. We can just discard them. We get XP for it anyway. I need to read the next foraging book up, because my skill level in this is actually level 2. I'm not getting any XP bonuses because I haven't read the books. I've read foraging level 1. That got me this far. I now need foraging level 2, which I think I've actually got. I just haven't read it yet. So you see the carpentry skill has the arrows beside it. It tells you what kind of a multiplier you're getting. I haven't finished reading the carpentry book, which is why I'm only getting a multiplier of 1.2 rather than a whole 3. And obviously foraging, I'm not getting anything. So, let's see what we can find. You don't have to have that window open, but you've got like deep forest, and you've got another one which is sort of like a lighter version. It's like sparse trees. Can't remember what it refers to it as. But the fact that food is now common, I don't remember it being that easy to find food in deep forested areas previously. Right, so we've now walked into another zone where there's nothing here. So we'll just walk down here a bit. Like I said, it says avoid walking in circles. So that tends to... Oh, hello. There we go. We have found a tree branch. That's good. Pick up the tree branch, get the XP for it. Right, so now we're back in an urban area. Hopefully we'll just pass over here and we'll now be then back into a foresty bit. And we have found, out of everything that we could possibly ever want, we have now found a wine glass. So we'll discard the wine glass. Don't really need one of those. Now this was a bit of a shock when the foraging system was first introduced. It was when I was playing my other characters. And I found things like petrol cans, cologne, and that sort of thing. It's like, why would you find that on a forage? Makes no sense. But then, the petrol can kind of did, because I was like near a petrol station. But it's like, yeah, that was all a bit weird. It was all a bit new, but it does make a lot of sense now. If you're foraging in an urban area, if you're foraging in town, you can find animals. Falcon! Yes, it's been good, thanks, chap. Yeah, it's been okay. If you can see Joe's comments, yes, yesterday we woke up and we didn't have any hot water. And earlier in the week, my car failed its MOT. Oh, here we go. Forest, not deep forest. So firewood, food are still common. And then we'll pass over the road, it'll become urban again, and that sort of thing. So yeah, my car failed its MOT, and to get it back on the road is going to cost me 800 quid. Yeah, that wasn't good news. And then yesterday morning we woke up and we didn't have any hot water, which I've now fixed. I'm just waiting for a part. The elements and thermostats on the tank fine, but the controller's broken. Oh, hello, what's that? Ah, now this is interesting. This is actually a new item. This is, in fact, a pine cone. And you use pine cones for firewood. Oh, and some stones. Chip stones are always useful. And pick that up. I'm going to put that in a container. I am actually thirsty and very hungry. I've not actually found any food. Can I drink? Drink. There we go. Okay, that's good. Right, now normally around lakes you get the... You can't find anything. You don't really want to do that, Dave. So, wander over here, and we have found another pine cone. So yeah, so firelighters basically. Alright, we're doing well for foraging over here. Let's see, we are, because they've added, Vulcan, look at this, they've added this new icons for the foraging system. And it tells you the radius and bonuses that you're getting depending on weather and that kind of thing. That's all new this week. Let's check out this fish. Yep, the fish is... Oh, it's gone. Ah, it's gone down now. Look, it's no longer fresh. It's now just uncooked. So, what I need to do with that is actually need to cook it. So let's put the tree branch and the pine cones away. Because I have a meat cleaver, I can basically, if I do the catfish and perch, I don't want to eat them. Let's grab them because I should be able to slice them into I don't want to put them in good. Why can't I fillet them? Is that because I don't have the kitchen knife there? Why can't I cook those? Why can't I do anything with them? There, slice and fillet. That one I can slice and fillet. The perch I can't. And the other one, the catfish. Oh, okay, so you can only fillet certain fish now. That wasn't a thing before. So, we've got some tree branches. Okay, Vulcan, have a safe drive. Be very careful. And have yourself a great week. Thanks for dropping in, chap. And, yeah, like I say, drive safe. I'll see you next week. Laters. So, we do actually have a barbecue up here, which is useful. It's another reason for coming up here. Or we have the antique stove in the hut on the other side of the water. So let's turn off search mode. We can add fuel. Let's add the tree branches, 2 of them. And we can add tree. We can add the rip sheets I'm carrying. I can add. Ooh, interesting. So we can actually light it. Oh, we can light it. Well, so it literally is the pine cones that are just fuel. So I thought they would be sort of tinder as well. Right, so I'm feeling queasy because there's dead bodies everywhere. Put the catfish and the perch directly onto there, and we will put the fillets onto there as well. Now we got the lighter. I can actually light it with rip sheets. Fuel for 5 minutes, that's not good. We need more fuel. Let's turn that window off, it's beginning to annoy me. Yeah, I was hoping to find a bit better stone. Right, what have we got here? Oh, we got some twigs. That'll help us light it. But we don't have a great deal of anything else. This is bad. And I'm hungry. I ate those crackers, didn't I? Okay, so we might have to just go in to this house and just... Oh, actually... No, not the plank. I don't want to destroy the plank. I need the plank. Let's just disassemble this fancy low table. I mean, you don't need a fancy low table in the zombie apocalypse. I'll have to do something about the bodies. Right, scrap wood, that's what you need. Grab all of that. That's what I was expecting. Because scrap wood you can use as fuel. Add fuel, scrap wood, both. Alright, so if we go barbecue info, we've got fuel for 8 hours and 3 minutes. Okay, so let's light it with the twigs on the lighter. And then we can keep an eye on what's burning and what isn't. So at least we've got some food. You're feeling queasy, take things easy. Wonder if they wanted that to run. I think the catfish is going to cook first. I'm going to eat that to start off with, and the perch I might as well. But then the filleted fish, the filleted fish I can actually keep. Well, it will keep for a couple of days, but it should be. Looks like it's all going to just cook at the same time. Look. There we go, job done, and then put the fire out on the barbecue so we can serve the fuel. So catfish cooked, eat all of that. Eat all of that. Well, it's interesting that the cooler's actually started taking effect now. I wonder if that's because I've actually. It's one of those Schrodinger versions. It's like you don't know the answer until it's actually you actually open the box and look at it. The old Schrodinger's cat thing. Quantum mechanics and all of that. Right, so let's go. My character's feeling a little sad. Right, okay, so cooking. Cooking is a wonderful thing in this game, and if you partake in cooking, and the reason that he feels a little sad is because I just cooked and ate the fish. Now, you may think that's a bit odd, but this is actually one of the effects in the game. Whereas if you eat food that doesn't have or hasn't been prepared or that sort of thing, it actually makes you unhappy. Now, I previously posted a video. It was one of my live streams, I think, where it was like cooking is your path to happiness, and it truly is in this game. So unless you actually prepare food, it will make you unhappy. So this is one of the ways foraging comes back into it. If you forage, you get berries and mushrooms. You can use the knife in a bowl to create a salad, and that gives you happiness. It's weird, but it works. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can listen to music. That will cheer you up, says Ian. Which is why I grabbed the porta disc. Yep, I've grabbed the porta disc. So I'm going to take Cries of the Damned. We'll go with Moon and Madness because that sounds a bit more cheerful. And the headphones. So you equip it as the primary, I think. So there it is, isn't there? You can now check the back cover. Okay, fine. There wasn't much interest in it, and should be able to put it in there. Oh, it's actually worked. And then you use the headphones or some earbuds, put them in there, and then play it. Oh, got to turn it on first. That'll work. There we go. Play. Right, so there we go. I wasn't able to do that before, which is quite interesting. But it's relieving boredom. But of course, if you're listening to music, you've got headphones on, that kind of thing. You can't hear zombies approaching from behind, and that's a bad thing. So you need to do it in sort of like a safe space. Not that there is such a thing in Project Zomboid, let's face it. Right. Right, okay, so we need to carry on reading, because we need our carpentry level. You can see I haven't really read a lot. Let's turn it off. So that's one way to relieve boredom and unhappiness. So you can keep your eye out for one of those porter discs and CDs. They've added a load of VHS and CDs into the game purely for this reason. But obviously, the more you use it, you need batteries to power it. But I can just drop that in the corner. Now I know it's working. Right, now, if we take a look at my, not that, this, you can see that my carpentry skill levels are now, will be going up. Now, one of the traits that my character has is slow reader. So, in order to have all of these different positive traits, you have to offset them with a negative trait when you build the character. So, I actually have a couple. One of them is hard of hearing, so if you're being approached from behind, you get less of a warning that a zombie is there, and slow reader obviously takes longer for the character to read. Let's speed that up, and we should be getting 1.5 multiplier now, 1.8. It should go up. I think it goes up to about 2.53 to be honest. 2.1. 2.1. I need to drink, and yeah, drinking is getting a bit desperate, but we're almost there. 2.7. Dogs are kicking off. Right, 3. There we go. Right, so that's done. So we can now put the carpentry book back in. We can eat. Can we create a salad from filleted fish? Right, so this is a really good way of demonstrating what I was saying earlier about cooking is your path to happiness. Now, if you just eat the filleted fish straight off the bat, you instantly relieve some of your hunger, but it gives you a plus 20 boredom and a plus 20 unhappiness. Whereas if you look at the filleted salad, it actually gives you less hunger, takes away more hunger, and it gives you less unhappiness. So it actually takes unhappiness away from you. Now the other thing is you can, I think, add more, and you can do that a couple of times, and now it gives you even less hunger. It's fantastic. So we'll eat that. That'll relieve my hunger, and it will relieve my unhappiness. So I will be less sad. See that several of those moods gone, just through creating a meal with a bowl, which you can do with mushrooms and berries, which you get from foraging. Hopefully there's still water in the tap, so I can drink. Let's see if there's anything else that I can eat quickly. I'm not going to eat the chocolate, because chocolate works in traps for mice. Yes, mice. Go eat some chips. There we go. Cereal's really good at reducing hunger by quite a lot. Hunger, minus 40. That salad that I created was minus 14. Right, so we need some planks and so we need some nails. I've got some nails downstairs. We're going to sleep. You are going into a deep sleep. So, here we go. More crisps, that's what we need. Right, so the plan is to open this window, and then with a plank and hammer and some nails, I'm hoping to build out a platform. Like I say, I've got the nails. It's whether I can actually build the platform or not is the problem. So I've got 4 boxes of nails. This is good. So I'm going to grab one of them. I'm going to put the fish there. For some reason I've got a spare crowbar that can go in here as well. Right, so that's good. Because I've got no negative moodlets, that's going to help with my foraging skills. So we'll just quickly demonstrate a difference there. Yes, I can see stuff. So we bring that up. It's a darkness effect -55, but the weather effect is a lot less. But there are no other sort of problems. So disable search mode. We're not interested in that stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to go and try and dismantle a load of stuff in the other houses. So we get planks, increase our carpentry skill, because we need a minimum carpentry skill of 4 to be able to build the rain catcher barrel. And once we've got the rain catcher barrel, we also need to have garbage bags. So I've collected garbage bags as well. So I'm basically going to go into this house and dismantle everything: doors, sofas, bookcases, everything. So, but before we do that, we need to dump it on the floor, just like that. And we go disassemble oakwood shelves. There we go. And if we have a look at our skills, because we've now got that bonus, once finished dismantling it, that should go up from 9 to about 15, I think. No, it's gone up from 9 to 20.25. Now, I didn't make any usable wood, so I've now got some firewood, but who cares? It's always useful. And you can just go around, disassemble everything in this house, all of the furniture. And you might get some usable wood out of it, or you might not. You might get some nails out of it. Don't really need the nails. I've got 4 boxes of the stuff. But at some point I do have to go back into town. But before I do that, I want to be able to create decent spears. Let's disassemble the sofa. Because I am on the lookout for a sledgehammer. So I can properly zombie-proof my base. Because what I'm planning on doing is knocking down the stairs with a sledgehammer, but then having a rope ladder or a sheet rope out of one of the top windows. So it should level pretty quick. That's up to 39 already. I've only dismantled 2 pieces. So the multiplayer is beginning to look really good. And if you haven't checked out some of the What's Coming videos, then you might be interested to know that you're going to be able to basically start a new game several years on from the initial zombie apocalypse event. And you're going to have Is there a table in that chair? There is, isn't there? I've just noticed that. I wonder why I got the option of 2. Right, so, but there are screenshots of cows and sheep. You have different professions, like tanning and butchers and all those sort of things, and all the traits that you get now, like burger flipper, fireman, all that sort of those sort of things that are completely obsolete. You won't be able to take up anymore. So here we go. Couple more. If I finish disassembling these bits, that should level my carpentry up to level 1, and then I should be able to start moving on with level 2. I am missing the book for level 2, so that's going to be a bit of a bugger. Like I say, I know where to get it from. It's in the town. I think it was in the town in the school where I noticed it. If not, it would be in the stash. I'm pretty sure it might be in the stash house. It's just a case of finding the stash house. I know where it is. It's whether it's crawling with zombies or not. Okay, interestingly, that didn't give us a lot. Hopefully the chair won't give us enough to level, but then we can disassemble the door. Let's actually go with some nails and some planks, or a plank. Alright, disassemble door. There we go. And of course, disassembling the door gives you a handle and some hinges and possibly some planks. I mean, to be fair, if you just take a door off with hinges, it just gives you a door. So I think that one might be a bit generous, but it also gives you experience. So 65. So hopefully, if that gives us more than 10. Oh, look, we're only 3 off of it. Go with some scrap wood. Again, scrap wood is useful. Can I disassemble the stairs? No, you have to smash those. But look, tables and chairs. What a shame. Right, so what I'll do is I'll actually pick up a plank. Maybe I'll be able to build that. There we go, just leveled. See, it's now in green. I've just leveled that particular thing. Let's pick up this plank and some nails. Loot. I said loot. See if there are any other nails lying around. Yeah, there's some. Well, you can double click things to just pick them up. That'd be that one just there. Bing, gone. Nails. Right. I don't think there was anything in here, just a doorknob. Didn't even get the hinges off of that one. There's a pack there. That's what happens when a zombie smashes their way through one. Right, so I'm grossly overloaded. Oh, it's foggy. And this is where things either are going to pan out or they're not going to pan out. Like I say, things have changed, and this is kind of a bold experiment in some respects. Now, carrying so much gear is hurting my character. Slowly losing health. And it says slight body damage. Right, so. Now with this window open, I'm going to build a wooden floor. There. And it's going, it's working. Okay, so we now dive out the window onto our new thing, and I think we need to build it out. We just build a couple. And we'll build that along until it's over the window with the, which is this one just over here, with the, what's the word I'm looking for? The sink behind it, and then we can put our rain catcher barrel over it. Alright. So that's going to work out quite weirdly. So I just need more nails and that sort of thing, really. Now, what else can we do? Fishing. Fishing is one of those other survival skills that you would think would be very useful. It is a bit difficult to kick off. You need a fishing rod and you need bait. But now, bait you can get through foraging, or you can get it through just basically doing farming and digging the soil. You get worms, that kind of thing. Or if you've got enough planks and bits and bobs together to build a compost bin, see, that's another carpentry skill. Comes under not misc, not that kind of thing. Not bed. Composter, there it is. So for that I need 5 planks and a level 2 carpentry, which I don't have at the moment because my carpentry skill still only level 1. But it's still level 1, but it will be level 2 at some point. So then I'll be able to build one of those. And then once you start putting rotten food in it, basically, or things that you want to rot down, worms start turning up. So you'll get a supply of worms that way. Right, so we've actually got a stone there. I don't have any. I threw away the tree branches, didn't I? Damn it! Because I don't have the tree branches, I can't make a stone axe. Because then I can start cutting down trees, and that's the thing that I'm missing, really. So I can. All I can do is I can get more planks, build that out. Hopefully that will get me up to where I need to be level-wise, because I'll be able to dismantling things. Oh, actually, I don't quite realise just how hungry and thirsty I am. So let's. Because I've got 2 houses to practically ruin with furniture. Hunger I'm not so worried about. It's quite good that I can actually drink from that source. And then I can do with my barrel, and I can go create a salad from a fillet of fish. Now I can add salt and pepper to that if I've got salt and pepper or other bits and bobs. But I'm going to eat that. That'll keep my hunger away for a while. Now, fishing, I was talking about fishing. So, fishing rods. Fishing rods you can create from twine, a tree branch, a paper clip or a nail. If you don't have a fishing rod, but you need the magazines for it that you find around to teach you the recipes to actually build them. So, it's anglers, the angling magazines. They will teach you to build a fishing rod. If you can't do that, then the other alternative is you can actually go spear fishing if you've created yourself a spear. So that's nice and easy. Just find a body of water. And if you've got a spear, you right click and go fishing and go crafted spear, put the fish into either your main inventory or your backpack. And then get the spear out. And he'll stand there and he will fish. Or she will fish. Not the most effective method of fishing, it has to be said. And of course, again, depending on your skill level, depending on whether you've read a book, depends on how quickly that levels. Now, if you have a fishing rod and you have bait, you get the options on there to use the fishing rod and the bait that you want to use. But again, if you read the book, then you will level up faster. Obviously, the more you do it, the better you'll be at it. Let's just speed it up a little bit. Now, the unfortunate part of fishing is you might also just catch a pair of socks. Or you may spend hours and catch absolutely nothing. Which is why having a good stock of food about is also a good idea. Right, well, let's drink the water because we need to drink and we need to go get something to eat. So we'll dive back to the house, and we'll just completely eat a box of cereal because we are that kind of hungry. Hungry could eat a horse right now, or in this case, a box of cereal. Actually, a can of oats is quite useful because you can create a bowl of create a salad from red fish, blah blah blah. Have I still got some fillet fish? Or if you just do that, create a bowl of oatmeal. There you go. That's another one. Just relieves a lot of hunger, and you can use the bowl of the can of oats multiple times. For some reason I decided to only eat a little bit. Hey, Super Tonement, I wasn't actually expecting to hear from you today. I was half expecting you to be playing this yourself. Did you actually manage to get yourself a PC in the end? Well, Joe's been on, Vulcan's been on, HRHR dropped in and said hello. But I'm going to be around for the next 3/4 of an hour. Yeah, isn't that just the way? It is one of those games. It's like, even though if you know what you're doing and you know what everything is, you can still die within minutes. It is one of the most unforgiving games that you will ever come across. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I feel your pain. We've all been there. Now, interestingly enough, you missed it earlier, but they've added some new icons to the foraging window. This little eye icon gives you all of the bits and pieces. Yeah, there is a lot of keyboard buttons. But anyway, the new investigate area icons, you get this little eye that tells you what bonuses you're getting and what bonuses you're working against. So here I'm getting a minus for the weather effect because it's foggy. But as the fog, it looks like the fog's just lifting slightly, so it's slowly going down. And as usual, get the tool tips to say what you're going to find and what you're not going to find. For some reason, my character's feeding spick. I think that's because of all the dead bodies lying around. But that's an addition that's coming this week. So yeah, well, at least you got it, and you're playing it. That's always good. Like I say, once you get used to everything. I mean, basically WSAD are all you need, and then chipstones. We'll grab those. WSAD is all you need. Mouse. And then I think the only other key that I've really used much of is Shift and the letter E. So Shift to run, and then E is just get in and out of a window or open a window. It's like open doors, that kind of thing. So now so I'm not getting much of a negative weather effect. I like that. And because I've got the outdoorsman trait, I'm not getting cut to ribbons by the branches and the trees. Oh, hello, twigs. Don't need twigs, I've got tons of them. I haven't read the other foraging book. I think I've got level 2. Oh look, I've been here before. So in general, avoid the trees where you can. Just gonna wander around over this area. I mean, myself, I've been playing a lot of Warzone this week, but I'm really enjoying that at the minute. I don't often play first-person shooters. I don't often play PvP games at all, but I am actually really enjoying that, and I'm having some fun with it. This week's had its highs and lows for me, as I was saying to Joe earlier, and Vulcan. My car failed its MOT, and it's going to cost about 800 quid to get it back on the road. So that was the first not very good bit. Then I took in a new laptop, which I'm doing an unboxing video for, and sort of like a test for. And that plays Warzone very nicely. Now they have added pine cones into the game, and they work as a fuel. And then yesterday morning we woke up and didn't have any hot water. So yeah, it's been a bit of a week really. So February's been a really bad month for me in general. And it's not being a very good month for those people in Ukraine, those poor people. So it's like kicked off the month with having to put my dog down. My Auntie Eileen died. Then the microwave and the TV broke down. So that was fun. That was all pretty much within a week, and now my car's failed its MOT. Is going to cost 800 quid to repair. What else? Ooh, mushrooms. Pick up mushrooms. Then got my laptop, and then the hot water, and World War III's breaking out. So a bit of a mixed bag, really. February is definitely one of the worst weeks, the worst months of 2022. I can't see it really getting much worse. But now I've said that, wait for it. Watch this space. Right, so did we pick up anything poisonous? No, we didn't. This is good. I've actually got some food. And positive moodlets and all the rest of it. Oh, absolutely. You're quite right. It's going to be absolutely nuts. And they've already announced over here in the UK that fuel bills are going to go up by £1,000 a year. So it's like, yay, that's great. Because a lot of the power was supplied by Russia, funnily enough. But all prices are going to go up and all that sort of thing. So, I mean, there's a lot of people saying that they can't afford their fuel bills. It's like a case of, do I turn the heating on or do I actually eat? And that's really bad that people are in that situation in this day and age, to be fair. It's an empty water bottle. So, yeah. The world is going mad, let's face it. Only time will tell what's going on between Russia and the Ukraine, whether that pans out. But it's like NATO can't get involved at the moment. from what I understand. Yeah, I saw that because he was actually something about Putin being savvy, or something like that, and that didn't go down very well, did it? So yeah, so it's all going horribly wrong everywhere, not just for me. There have been some really, really frightening images of people's houses getting blown up, convoys being blown up, that kind of thing. It's just bad all round, isn't it? Well, I'm doing well, look. Getting lots of food and mushrooms and things like that. Haven't got a fair amount of food. There's a lot of zones where all of a sudden you walk into a zone and it's like there's nothing here. You can't find anything here. Except I have. Ha ha ha! There you go. Would you Adam and Eve it? I've found some cigarettes. I'm in an area where you can't find anything. There's nothing here, but I found something. I defy the logic of the game. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, look. It's a cooler with some beer and some beef jerky in it. I'm going to grab that cooler. Because, I mean, coolers are really useful for keeping things fresh, even if you don't actually have anything else to put it in. It's like, though, that fish, interesting enough, you know that fish that I found in the cooler, I actually had to cook it. But what it was, still shouldn't be finding anything here. I guess that must be stuff that was just lying around. So that fish that was in the cooler by the house that we found, that had actually gone from fresh to just being normal. So I filleted it and cooked it. Because after 3 months of sitting in that cooler, it had finally decided that it was going to go rotten, start going rotten. So I was like, "Yep, I'll sort that out." Ah, grasshopper. That's what you need. Fishing equipment, as it's better known. Or fishing tackle and bait. Yep, you can. Xbox controllers do work on PCs and laptops. So I never really got into Xboxes because I had a PC. So I don't see the point in having an Xbox if I've got a PC. So when I went down the console route, I went for PSPs instead, PlayStations. Mostly because they had like Blu-ray drives on, and at the time Blu-rays were a thing. Now it's not so much of a problem because everything's digitally streamed. Alright, so I'm grossly overloaded at the moment, and I'm taking damage for it. I've got the discomfort icon come up, and you can tell I'm heavy load. So what am I actually carrying? I'm not carrying that much, am I? Pine cones. Grasshopper. Now the great thing about grasshoppers and things like that, it's like it's got to be the cooler. The great thing about it is that with things like that, what you can actually do is because once you find them, they're in your inventory. Once you put them down on the floor, they don't disappear. So frogs are always useful. If you find a frog, that's fantastic because you can put it anywhere you like, in your house, in your garden, or just in a cupboard somewhere, and it will just stay there. It won't go rotten, it won't die, and it won't go off. So if you need food, you just go to the frog and butcher it, and then you've got meat for cooking. It's really, really useful. I'm turning my light on and off, ain't I? Just realised that. So, grasshopper could go with there. Pine cones. Pine cones, like I say, these are new. They're used for fuel for fire. So, I'm actually using this barbecue over here. So, I'm just going to bung them in the barbie. Now, I need an axe. If I right click and add fuel, pine cones, all three of them, then I should have, I mean at the moment it's got tons and tons of fuel in it. 9 hours and 17 minutes worth of fire. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I've been playing computer games with keyboards and mouse for decades, so it's just intrinsic to me. I find I'm in fact the other way, whereas I find controllers difficult to use. I find that they're too cramped for my hands because my hands are usually spaced out. Saying that, I have played all of the Uncharted games, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Uncharted film. Let's do something with food. Where have I got a fillet? Oh, there it is. Okay, fine. I can create. So this is going to be interesting. I can create a salad from a filleted bit of fish. Now, I can add to that some random vegetables. That will improve its unhappiness rating by quite a bit. And then I can add, if I'm in the right area, assuming that I've got something, I can add salt as a spice or honey. Again, that improves the food and its effects on us. It's like -2 boredom, -12 unhappiness, -15 hunger. Thank you very much. I shall eat that. And hopefully that will resolve my hunger to a large degree, which it has. Drink out the tap. That's one of the things I'm working on at the moment. I can create a salad from random vegetables. Random vegetables. So, really ought to read the cookery book. But yeah, so I'm overloaded. Why am I overloaded? I've got nails and a box of nails. Okay, I'll get rid of the box of nails. What I'll just leave them by the front door. There we go. Nails. Nails. I've got the crafted spear in my crafted spear because I was fishing. It's late. Let's do a little bit of light reading. Foraging. Do I have foraging too? No, I don't. Oh, God. Looks like I'm going to have to read fishing instead. Fishing for dummies. Let's get a couple of hours of that done. So that'll increase the XP I get from fishing. It'll level up my fishing quite nicely, but now I'm in a bad spot because I need foraging volume 2. Also need to, like I say, I need to read cooking volume 1 because even though I haven't read the book, I'm actually doing quite well on experience. But again, I could do with a full set of cooking. Got a full set of trapping for dummies. I am terrible at trapping in this game. It's just never worked for me. But I need the magazines. I haven't got those. I haven't come across those, so that I can actually So once you've read them, it gives you the traps to actually use. And you need twine, I think, for the most basic of traps. But it's the stick traps and the box traps which are the most useful. The stick traps, you can use worms to catch birds, and then you have like a poultry to eat once you've sliced it and diced it and butchered it, basically. It'd be interesting to see what they bring in later on to do with the different skill sets, because you can. What I've been reading and hearing about is that they're bringing in new professions, and you can start a game several years after the original zombie apocalypse event. Don't quite know how that's going to work in a current map like this, or whether they're going to just do a new map or an updated map, because you can't really keep this one, not as it is. It's going to be a lot more sort of tree-like, I guess, to be fair. So we finally started getting some multipliers. I'm going to go until midnight. Just going to speed this up. Oh, this is pretty safe area. I mean, having cleared out the zombies initially, it's fine. No, it's all good. Getting very tired, getting hungry and thirsty again. Right, so it's actually gone past midnight, so let's go get some kit, because I actually generally see what's going on. She says walking past the door. Sleep. And then we'll eat and drink in the morning. For a change, it's actually going to be broad daylight. It might be broad daylight, but okay, so that's random vegetables. Again, good bloody hell, he really is hungry. Interesting that the fruit salad made from berries doesn't reduce your thirst much. Should do. What was this? Storage. Let's have a drink out of this. And we're ready to go for the day. Right, so let's continue dismantling things. Can always read the fishing book a bit later. I always try and get some of that in before we go to bed. Because we don't have access to electricity or the TV or anything like that, we can't sort of like learn those basic traits. When you're starting off a new game, what you can do is if you turn on Life and Living channel and you watch it at 6 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the afternoon and 6 o'clock at night, which is why you need a digital alarm, a digital watch, so you can set a timer. If you watch watch TV at that time, you will in fact start learning traits, and you can get by the end of the week, if you keep to that schedule, by the end of the week you could have several skills to like level 2, and they're usually sort of along the lines of cooking, carpentry, but fishing and trapping as well. It's one of those, you know, start the game, do this. But that wasn't an option for this character because by the time, because this is 3 months in, the electricity's gone already. Now hopefully I'll start getting planks out of this stuff before long. If I'm really lucky, this will level up my carpentry to carpentry level 2. Once I've cleared out these 2 houses. And I can build a composter. Oh, okay, there's items in it. Okay. We grab those and we put them on the floor. And we grab those and put them on the floor. I said on the floor. Like that, and now we can disassemble it. Okay, China cabinet. Oh, there we go. There's a plank. That's what we need. Nails as well. Grab them. That allows us to make yet another little platform. Now once I've got my skill up to level 4, I can plumb in. Hopefully you can still do that. I don't see why they wouldn't take that away. You've got to get fresh water from somewhere. It's not like you can build a rain catcher water filter. This isn't green hell, let's face it. I'll have to play that again. Because I've been playing Warzone all of this week. With every spare minute I've been able to muster. I haven't found time for any other gaming. Plus all the unnatural disasters that I've been suffering from. Okay. Assemble the doors. I'm actually going to keep the doors on the outside, just in case I have to run through. Surely that's just simply a case of unscrewing it from the wall. Hey look, I've got a plank. No. Apparently not. I really did enjoy the Far Cry series, has to be said. And then it got a bit samey. The original Far Cry I really quite enjoyed playing. And completed that. I haven't completed any of the others. I don't know what spoiled it for me. I don't remember exactly. But something put the kibosh on it. I've never played Disney Infinity. Isn't that that the one where you've got the models that you put on a plate, and then you end up playing as that character? Or is that the PSP? Or is that the PlayStation? Can't remember. Okay, so we've got quite a few planks, quite a few nails. It's good. And we're almost level 2. We're halfway through level 2 with our carpentry. This is good. Unexpected, but good. Yeah, that's the thing I was thinking of. Skylanders, that was it. I couldn't remember whether it was Disney Infinity or Skylanders. It's one of those things. It's like never really got into them, to be honest. Right, so we've got some wood. Oh, hello. There wasn't anything interesting. Some scrap metal. I think it wasn't anything interesting. Oh, I didn't know you could do that with the map. Oh, look. You can zoom in and see your own character on the map. Look. You see it? Zoom in. There we go. That's weird. Can you move the map? No, you can't. You can just adjust where it is. Plus minus. What does that do? Is that... Oh, okay. Changes it from 3D to 2D. Never really played with it before. I was gonna say they're old. They're old. They are old. I think they've been replaced with something. It would surprise me that if they haven't, to be honest. Right. Carpentry. Wooden floor. There we go. Right, why can't I build that? Oh, I can. Because it's kind of like semi in the roof, semi not in the roof. So a couple more. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 5 more planks. And then I should be able to build my rain catcher barrel over the top of the sink. I might be able to build it directly over the sink as well. But so far, I haven't actually seen it rain. So, right, let's go. It's brightened up a bit. Let's go do some foraging. Let's see if we can make some food. Fruit salad, random fruits. Because we're hungry. Eat that. I haven't seen a zombie for ages. Just useful. As much as we love this game, we don't like zombies. Right, let's start doing some. Let's actually dive around the back here. We can actually drink out the river. And what just went through my head is drinking out the river gives you parasites, and that's from Green Hill. Green Hell. So, yeah, too many games on my mind. Right, let's start dismantling some of this furniture. Oh, it's a metal chair. I need a propane torch and a welder's mask, which I don't have. So let's do the table. So once we've got all of the planks that we need, we can then concentrate more. And because plus we're leveling our carpentry skill. This means when we come to make spears, our spears will be of better quality. They'll last longer. So overall, this is good. That door is locked. Okay, fine. Let's go around the front. Now I'm hoping to find... I've got some stones. I need some tree branches. Where is that door? So it's just there. Through the laundry. There you go. It's open fine from the other side. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, the mouse makes the inventory a lot easier, for sure. See if I can level up the carpentry skill a bit more during the week as well. Grab all of that, bang it in there. Grab the nails, because I imagine the inventory is a right swine with a controller. I can't imagine it being easy, not by any stretch of the imagination. So we'll wrap things up in about 10 minutes, at about 3 o'clock. That'll have been a 2-hour playthrough. At least I'm getting plenty of scrap wood. Scrap wood's useful because, and you're going to say why? Because then I can shove it on the barbecue and cook things. Simple as that. It's not my favourite salt and vinegar twizzles. Now, as I said at the start of the video, the patch notes are fairly extensive for foraging. Like they've added the pine cones in, which is a fuel that you can find. I've also added that little icon, that little eye icon, and a little question mark icon, which gives you tips and things, that sort of thing. And as you level your foraging, you get more out of it, basically. Oh, I've got 2 planks out of that. There we go. That's 4 planks? Yeah. Which is going rather well. So earlier in the week, I actually posted a personal best long shot with a sniper rifle from Warzone. I have managed to absolutely trounce that, and I will post the video for it. One of the things that it was in one game, I managed to just get better and better and better. It was just fantastic. It's like the distances just kept getting more. So what I'll do is I'll do sort of like a little montage video and post that. I did post it on Twitter. The other one, it was like 200 and I think it was 203 meters, which was my personal best. And during this game, I absolutely trounced it. It was fantastic. I got something around the region of 390 meters. I think it might have been 350. I'm not sure. But even so, it's like a hell of a lot more than the 203 that I'd got previously. Keep pressing F and F does something else. I'm not entirely sure what. I think that turns my lighter on and off. Because lo and behold, where has my lighter gone? Have I just dropped my lighter somewhere? After all that time. Carpentry, build wooden floor, just there. Have to be on this side, there we go. Do just build it along here, and I'll build it out over here as well. Right, so that should be close enough. I will build it out all the way along. I will just build it there. Oh look, carpentry level 1. There we go. That's what we were aiming for. So, oh yeah, carpentry level 2. Fantastic. Let's build that there. So we've got move around, and I will build a, when I can, because I can't until I'm level 4, build out my rain catcher barrel just there, and then I should be able to plumb it in. Right, so but I need the I'm getting to the point where I need the other book as well. Cigarettes. Where was I storing those? Storing them in there? No? Maybe in the cupboard over here. Ah yeah, there we go. Cigarettes. Empty water bottle can go in the kitchen. Beer bottle can go in the kitchen. Beer, there we go. Empty bottle, there we go. So it's got 2 bottles. Right, let's do something else food-wise. Let's create a salad. I can create it from beef jerky because I'm next to the cooler box with beef jerky in it. There it is. That. Yeah, a grill brush. Right, so let's eat that. That'll keep off the hunger. We zoom out, press the E key, we can do a bit of foraging. Need tree branches. That's what we need at the minute. Actually, what I'll do is just have a quick dive down here, and then I'll go up that way and do some foraging. Make sure I've got some, because I need, because I must wash all clothing as well. My clothing is disgusting. I think that's another reason why he keeps feeling sick. So eventually you should see all the clothes slowly get cleaner. Now the thing that worries me the most though about this location is there were obviously zombies here when I got here. Does that mean they're going to respawn at some point like they did with the fire station? I went to the fire station, all of a sudden it was full of firemen. It was like, I'm going to wake up and find there's a zombie in my bed. There we go, nice and clean. Drink. Right. That's a cages. Right, let's dive up here. Turn. Well, you can't do foraging whilst you're running. You have to be walking. And it is late at night. And fully expecting to find? Not a lot. Yeah, vision, darkness are affecting it. The darker it gets, the less unlikely it is, or the less likely it is you're going to find stuff. Might be a case of waiting until tomorrow. No, I don't think it is. Haha! Just what we wanted. 2 tree branches. Now what I need are... In fact, I've got 1 stone. So it's that moment when you realise perhaps I shouldn't have discarded them if I found them previously. Because you can just leave them on the floor and they won't go anywhere, obviously. Unless they're in... It's not Death Valley, let's face it. Gonna have my crowbar in my hands, just on the off chance that something unpleasant is lurking. Because knowing my luck, hello, twigs, don't need twigs. Need stones and I need... It's feeling queasy again. Character's always feeling sick for some reason. Aha, we have pine cones. Okay, let's pick up the pine cones. And what else have we got over? What's this? Ah, okay, violets. Can be eaten. Not necessarily medicinal plant, I don't think. Just have a quick look. Yeah, they do reduce hunger, but not by a lot. What's that? Cockroach? Yeah. We will go fishing. Proper fishing. At some point. Oh, well, we're at the back of the house, are we? Yeah. Just wander down the side here and then we'll call it quits and call it in for the night. Because it is dark. It's been interesting to see. Darkness effect, minus 49%. Fair enough. Can't really complain about that. It's dark, you won't find anything. Fine, let's turn it off and get ourselves back in the house. Now, generators. Generators are something I need to find. I could do with a really big truck, can I? That's the only car I could find. Now notice I'm going for the furthest bedroom away. Right, so if we do some reading. We're almost halfway through Fishing for Dummies. Let's do a few hours reading on that before we go to bed. Go to sleep. We're okay for liquid. We perhaps do ourselves a quick salad if we've got some. I'm actually finally tired. Now, interestingly enough, because you went to bed late, and because you've got the wakeful trait, that's staved off for most of the day. Right, let's go to sleep. Actually, it's empty belt. Quick salad. Didn't really help. Obviously wasn't that good a salad. Right, so last bit of my... Really need to put some effort into foraging food today. Catching food at the very least, in terms of perhaps doing some fishing. But that's for next week. That's the bathroom. That's the bathroom. Let's quickly drink some water, and then we will call it quits there. Right, so yeah, dark. So dark, zombies might come and hijack you. Yep, they do have a nasty habit of doing that, like they did with my last character, who I still need to find and get the everything off of. But then that's a trip back into West Point. I may never find them again. I would have thought they'd have actually stayed put because I've not actually been there. But then there's the stash house. I need to get some books from the school. So there's a lot to do. So I can come up here and have a secondary base in this playthrough. So and that's the end game of all of this anyway. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe to YouTube or Twitch, depending on whichever is your favourite. And follow us on Facebook and Twitter, where I'm going to be posting some bits and pieces. Hopefully I'll have the unboxing video sorted out for my laptop this week. And donate at Patreon. All the links in the description below. But until then, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope you stay safe. But until then, don't forget, 1 o'clock GMT, Sunday afternoons, Project Zomboid streaming. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.